I'm going to go over using Atla through the Jewish Studies portal. You can get to the portal from the library's homepage or through the URL directly. Type in your username and HUC password and click on Login. If you haven't used the Jewish Studies portal before, you'll have to download a program. To get to Atla, click on Electronic Journals and Articles. You'll start to see lots of boxes appearing on the screen. That's okay, just let them open and run. It may take a minute or two for everything to cycle through before you get to the website. When you get to the EBSCO page, there are several databases available, but click on the Atla Religion database and then continue. I like to work from the advanced search screen, which in this case is the default. It has a lot of options in the drop-down menu. As you can see, you can search by the full text of the article, author, title, by language and publisher, and an important one for us is by scripture citation. You can search by the source, which is the book or journal that the article is in, or the subject. When you don't know exactly how to search for something, leave it blank. The selected field is a general keyword search. So let's do a search for the binding of Isaac. Now I don't know what subject headings they'll be using, so I'm not picking a form. As you can see, we came up with 51 hits, which to me sounds a little bit low. On the left-hand side, I can see that they use Akedah as the subject heading. Now if I click on that, that actually limited my search to items that have Binding of Isaac and Akedah in it. So instead, I'm going to do a new search under Akedah and pick the subject in the drop-down menu. Now when I do the search, you can see there's 368 hits, a much better result. Now I can limit that also by adding the format or other subject headings that might be related. I can also limit it to full text or by range in years by using the sliding bars. I'll select full text, and you'll see we now have 61 hits. We read it by clicking on the PDF full text link. And from here, we can of course just read the article on screen. It will scroll down through the whole article. Or we can print it out, save it to your computer or to a flash drive, or email it to yourself. Simply type in your email address with an optional subject line and then click on Send. Okay, let's go back to the search screens and try some other searches. Let's do another search. Let's say your professor told you there was a great article by Dr. Weisberg on the subject of Ruth, only she doesn't remember when or where it was published or what the title is. So we'll put Weisberg in the author field and Ruth in the subject field. And you don't have to do the drop-down menu. I was just hitting S, until it got to subject, and A until it got to author. So we'll click search, and as you can see, we have 3 articles by 2 different Dr. Weisbergs, both from HUC. Now, this first one is actually the chapter of a book, and books will rarely have full text online, but you can copy and paste the name of the book and search it in the library catalog. Note that we're looking for the name of the book and not the name of the chapter title. The second article does have full text online. The third, it does not. It's an annual, which is a type of journal, but not all of them have full text. So again, we would copy and paste into the library catalog. Let's do one more search using the scripture citation feature. So I'll type in Jonah, this is for chapter 4, verse 11, and choose scripture citation. Notice I didn't have to put in the word Bible, just started with the book, and I came up with 5 hits. I think because there are so few, we don't have any options to limit the search further on the left. Now, if 5 isn't enough for your paper, we can go back up and do a little bit wider search and search just on Jonah chapter 4. Okay, when we hit search, now we have 21 hits, and you'll notice that there are options on the side to limit it. You'll also notice the difference between the subject search, Bible Jonah, versus a citation, which we didn't use the word Bible and we put in the chapter and verse. Let me quickly go over some other features on the main search page. You can pre-select full text or articles that are from peer-reviewed journals by publication type. You can put in a range of years if you want just new articles, or put in the name of a journal title if you're only searching for things from one particular place. You can also limit it by language. After making your selections, go back to the search form and type in a search as usual. Clicking on the Search History button will allow you to view your previous searches, and you can review the results or revise the search. Another helpful tool is the Scripture menu. This will help you zoom in on a chapter or verse that you're interested in. Click on the Expand key to see a list of the verses, and when you click on the verse number, you'll see exactly how many articles have been written on that particular verse. Of course, as we mentioned before, you might have to go back and do a broader search if a larger portion of the book was actually discussed in the article. One more useful tool is the Indexes button. Sometimes we have the question if a particular journal is covered in an index, and by searching journal title here and typing in the name of a journal, you can see if it's covered in the index. Just click on the button, we'll scroll over, and we'll see that there's close to 5,000 hits, so clearly Vetus Testamentum is in the Atla database. This concludes the whirlwind tour of the Atla database through the Jewish Studies portal. As always, if you have any questions about this or any other program, ask a librarian at your local HUC campus or email us at clow@huc.edu.